Welcome to the Out of It podcast. Today I had a conversation with Stefan Ayto. Every time I read his last name, I just want to say Alto. Just sounds... That's the word I've heard millions of times. I've never heard Ayto before, so it's just muscle memory, I guess, has really thrown me off. But this was the first time I actually spoke with him for an extended period of time, and I was pleasantly surprised. We had a good time. He had a lot of interesting things to say, and he was really good at keeping the conversation going. He really showed me his experience in podcasting really came through. It was like, oh, cool, you actually know how to do this. That's crazy. I'm learning. Because he also used to have a podcast called Talking with Dinosaurs. And those episodes are still available if you want to go look at that. Yeah. But either way, please enjoy this episode with Stefan Ayto. And can't believe you clicked on the video. That's crazy. Cheers. It's very casual. It's nowhere near as scripted as anything you've done before, I see.
Thank God. No, don't do that. Never make a scripted podcast.
Because even when you did the ones I was listening to, the ones I did listen to, like literally all I know about what you've done podcasting-wise, drive here.
Yep.
And
that's more than a lot of people I've podcasted with has listened to, so that is dedication as far as I'm concerned. I would guest on people's podcasts and they'd be like, okay, do you know what it's about? And I'd be like, nah, man. Like, well, I sent you the set about how, like, what it's about and how you should prepare. And I was like, oh, I didn't read that. I'm an improv guy. I'll wing it. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because that was the thing. I've noticed that, like, on your podcast, it seemed like if only you had another person. Had someone
absolutely.
to bounce off, because otherwise you're, like, getting really excited about these big words no one's ever heard before, and it's like...
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it was designed, well, not designed for, but it happened to be for a very specific niche.
Not kids.
No, not kids. Very important. Because so when I started doing it in 2016, I want to say, I'd done a bit of research because I'd listened to podcasts and I'd look at a little bit of podcast marketing stuff before it all became scams. Like everything you hear about podcast marketing is scams.
Just Instagram ads for days. Do you want to fucking lick my balls?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you've got to, if you do these 7 tricks, I guarantee 1 million listens by next week.
Yeah, what a seeds.
But it was like, at the time, it was like, okay, because at that point, it was also still possible to break out. Like every celebrity didn't have a podcast yet.
Yeah.
The podcasts this was the start of the podcast boom, so I wasn't quite in it before it was cool, but certainly before it was...
Oh, because this is, bro, we're fucking gangsters with this shit.
Yeah.
Top of the fucking pile right here.
I guarantee this has got to be in the top 10 comedy podcasts from Waikato this week.
Well, that's the tragic part, is that Between Two Bears is from Hamilton, so it's
shit. So, okay, I said top 10.
Well, they're not comedy specifically, but they are the biggest one in the country.
Yeah. Like in my old podcast, I always used to say, like, the number 1 comedy podcast about dinosaurs and science in New Zealand on a Tuesday. That way no one can claim I'm lying. Yeah, it started off as released on a Tuesday, then released on most Tuesdays, then occasionally released on a Tuesday. But so I'd done this research and it was like, okay, here's how you break out. You find a niche that no one's appealing to.
Yeah.
Make sure it's one that you can keep working in and not get really sick of it really quickly, and go for that. And I was very lucky. There was dinosaur podcasts for kids, and then there was paleontology podcasts for
nerds,
for like doctorate level nerds, not my level nerds.
Yeah.
But there was no one willing to make a dick joke about a dinosaur.
Yeah, come on now, we need a healthy in between.
So I found that really sweet spot where it was like I had a relatively small listening audience. It was quite good for what it was.
Cool.
But they were really, really engaged because what I was offering wasn't available anywhere else. So like, I won't get too hard into the metrics, but I was talking with my close personal friend, Tim Batt. If you're watching, Tim, that is a bit, don't worry, about it. And I told him sort of like how many listeners I was getting on average compared to how much money I was making on Patreon, which was like $50 a month. Not a lot. But considering I was only getting
more than zero?
More than zero.
That's crazy!
And considering I only had a couple of hundred listeners, that ratio was bonkers. Because...
So what were you putting on Patreon?
Nothing.
Oh.
It was straight up, what I said was, hey, if you like my content, support me on Patreon. I didn't want to gatekeep any of my content.
Got you.
It was just like, all I want is if you enjoy it and you can spare it, give me that.
Yep.
If you can't, don't stress about it.
Oh yeah, because there's this guy, have you ever heard of C90 Adventures?
Vaguely.
Okay, so he's a crazy guy on the internet.
Yeah.
And he was also like, hey, if you want to support me, here's my PayPal.
Yeah.
And then like people will buy him, like some people will be like dedicated enough to be like, gee, here's cash for a drone. Go buy a drone with this.
Yeah.
And he's like, thank you, this guy. I've written your name on the drone because you paid for it.
Yeah. And that, like, honestly, that's all you have to do. You will make a little bit more money by like making exclusive content locked behind, behind a paywall.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
The way like a whole lot of internet people are now making their own streaming services and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a little bit too dedicated. I ain't paying for that shit, but...
And what you've really, like, maybe if you're trying to make that, like, your sole source of income, which is, that's a fine goal and something I would absolutely do if I didn't have ADHD. Inattentive ADHD, where I forget to do stuff. That's great. But if you, like, say, like, heaps of podcasts will do, like, a free episode a week, and then, like, every week they'll also do a paid content episode.
Like, I like the scheme. Well, I just think it's half smart.
Yeah.
Like the Matt and Shane Secret podcast, they do an hour and then they do an hour on Patreon.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's great. And that does work. You do make more money that way.
Yeah.
But you're also doing twice the work. And from what I've talked to of people who are doing it, you never make twice the money. So you're making more money, but you're putting a lot more effort in. So it's, more money, but a lower average per hour, for example.
I mean, their production is bare minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the way to do it. Like I said, never, ever do a scripted podcast. By far the best episode I did was my close personal friend, Tim Batt. I
tried to find that one. I couldn't. There was no massive Tim Batt in the title, so I never found that.
There's actually two. I don't think the Spotify version has all the episodes anymore because I tried to change podcast providers to a free one because as much money I made from the podcast, which was very little, I spent significantly more than that after I cancelled the Patreon, just keeping it updated because I'd used a paid podcast host. And that...
How does that work? What are you talking about?
So I podcast from a day where a video with a podcast was unheard of.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was heard of, but it was called a vodcast. So you wouldn't just pop it on YouTube, for example. When I started, Spotify didn't do podcasts.
So you had to put it on a random bloody whatever.
Podchaser or whatever. You could pop it on SoundCloud. No one listened to SoundCloud and you would cap very heavily.
I've got one friend that listens to SoundCloud and he's a fucking loser.
Exactly. All he's listening to is like some trap beat that some indie guy made in 2017, which is just a fart noise, just like with the frequency change to make it vaguely melodic.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly it.
And I really appreciate him listening to my stuff like that. So half my episodes are gone because I fucked up the process. So one has all of the episodes, one doesn't, and the one that doesn't is on the one on Spotify. But Tim was very kindly on my podcast. I will keep saying my close personal friend Tim Batt, even though I've met him twice.
Let's go some buzzwords. We're going to make a clip, just a little...
absolutely. Name drop.
Yeah, what's it called when like a supercut? Tim Batt this, Tim Batt that.
That's like my one claim to fame. And the one time I've met him, I think one time in person, I just sort of like... I think I made him quite uncomfortable because I was like,
I can understand how you'd make someone pretty uncomfortable.
It's like my best skill. It was like, did a workshop, and then afterwards I was like, hey man, I'm going to your show later on, and I have nothing to do until then. What are you doing? And he was like, I'm just going to go to this walk to this cafe, and then quietly do some work. I was like, can I walk with you to the cafe and then let you do some work and then follow you to the gig afterwards? And he was like, yep. And I was like, cool. And then like at the cafe, I realized this is a fucking weird thing to do. So now to double down on how parasocial and weird that is, I now exclusively refer to him as my close personal friend, Tim Batt. Which, once again, if you are watching, I apologize for. I guarantee it's a bit.
Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm so unable to do that. Like, I'm just the worst at hanging out with people. Like, I would leave instantaneously. Like, after we finish doing something, I would leave instantaneously if it was up to me. Like, I would just be like, oh, cool, we're done doing the thing. I'm going to leave now. Even though it's completely fine to keep pissing around. But I would just feel awkward instantaneously.
And don't get me wrong, even at the time, I was feeling very awkward about it. I was like, but I was trying to put myself out there and be less like, maybe I'm just thinking it's awkward because I always think it's awkward and not realizing that, like, no, I took it too far in the other direction this time. And it probably should have just been like, cool, you go do your thing and I will sit in your crowd in like 4 hours time. But it's a good yarn in a situation like this, right?
I want to know how many times he's told someone that story.
This fucking weird ginger guy. I on my podcast. We were both super high. We read his letter. It was kind of funny, so we mentioned his podcast, and then he fucking stalked me until I went on his podcast. And I go to Christchurch for a workshop, and he's stalking me in person.
Oh, is this in the South Island?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you can get away with it. That's expected behaviour down there.
What's called? Yeah, when the fact that you lived in bloody Greymouth.
Yeah.
The one time I went to Greymouth with my brother, I've never felt so attractive in my life.
Oh yeah. No, Greymouth is like West Coast, beautiful part of the country. Greymouth is the.
Where did you get to Greymouth? It's just dingy and sad, and
it is. So Greymouth is like the awkward administrative hub you need to make the rest of the district work and be pretty and lovely. Well, not except Westport. Fuck Westport. But like down south,
Westport's weird.
Hokitika, all of that, really nice place. They don't work unless there's somewhere where all the work actually gets done.
Yeah, Nana's got like my uncle and Nana are playing Monopoly at, in between Westport and Greymouth.
Oh yeah.
Along the west coast there. I can't remember what the place is called, but it's like down the road from like those Pancake Rock things.
Oh yeah. Barrytown?
Nah.
Yeah, doesn't
but yeah, right next to there.
So it's literally,
between Charleston and that,
yeah. No, that's Punakaki, which is pretty much Pancake Rocks. Which, you know what? Shout out to them.
What,
the
rocks?
Cafe,
couple of rocks?
Well, yeah, they are, and they look vaguely pancake shaped, but the cafe does sell pancakes there, which is, I think, not enough places take advantage of. You go to Nugget Point in the Catlins down south, no nuggets available to buy. What are they thinking? It's Nugget Point.
Which one's Nugget Point? Because I've been to the Catlins.
It's the one with the lighthouse.
I think I got close to that and didn't go all the way.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like that place, like that beach in Dunedin with the big rocks.
Oh, yeah, the Maoraki boulders.
Yeah, we got there when we were on our motorbikes, and so we got to the entrance and we saw them down the end.
Yep.
And we looked at each other and was like, "Are we gonna walk down there?" Like, no.
Yep.
We can see them. Let's keep going.
That is the right decision. my mum and her husband. Her husband took her from Invercargill to Maoraki to see the boulders, and they got there and they were like, we drove 5 hours to look at some round rocks. Like, they're just round rocks. Okay, yeah, they're pretty big. They're kind of round. Like, this is a tourist attraction. Like,
even the Catlins, because like motorbike wise, all these old guys will cream over. It's like, oh my god, I want to make it to the Catlins. But it was not that good.
No,
there's windier roads in the back of Port Waikato.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I mean, if you are looking for that, I mean, West Coast roads routinely voted the most scenic roads, you know, even in the world.
Yeah.
But still, even then, like, you see some of it, you see most of it, right? Like,
bro, yeah, literally green. Fuck's pretty green for a while.
Yeah.
Then there's a lake, nice. Then we were driving down there, and there was some like random guy by like Fox Glacier on the side of the road in the bush with a crossbow. I was like, yeah, nice.
It's for the possums.
And then we were in Ross, and there's a dairy there. And
I know the dairy you mean even.
Yep.
Because there's the one.
Yeah.
Just on the main road there. Yeah.
Yep. And we walk in, and it's like Christmas time.
Yeah.
And so he's got Christmas songs playing on the thing, except he's got that one problematic Christmas song on full blast every like third song.
Yeah.
So you walk in and just get, oh no, how's it go? Yeah. You walk in and all you hear is,
Yep, it's got to be. It's the only one that you're allowed to play there. At least, in fact, if anything, the ratio is 50%. Otherwise, you get fined by the West Coast District Council
for not playing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got to have they've got a special edited version where it just boosts the volume just for that one word.
Bro, it might as well have been only that word.
Yeah. Look, you've got if you're not in one of the actual if you're not in Greymouth or in a cult, then you're probably a crazy bigot of some kind in that area.
Oh.
Unless you're not, of course. No offense to all the normal people who are on the West Coast, of which I know many, but it's not funny to talk about you.
When Nana first got the badges down there, some other guy that she met down there lived in only shat in the ocean and lived in a caravan full of spiders.
Well, the spiders got to live somewhere too.
They sure do. I mean, I live with enough of them, but yeah. I have heard that it was strictly cobwebs and shitting in a bucket for that guy.
You do get a lot of...
With his wife.
Well, you know, the weird thing is they had a toilet. She used the toilet. He used the bucket. There's a lot of people who just who go through the rest of the country. You know what? I'm sick of living like a civilized human being. I'm going to the West Coast and I'm going to live my best insane life. And then most of them moved to somewhere else. No, cut this part.
Yeah,
don't cut this part.
That's fine.
Do cut this part. I'll let you decide whether or not you cut this
Well,
part.
I was talking to ChatGPT and I was like, what's the difference between a good podcast and a bad one? And then started talking about fast-paced, keeping it entertaining, and that's not this. So
Yeah, no, absolutely, no. If there's anyone I trust to make a good podcast, it's definitely not me. So I've got a lot of experience not making a good podcast. So, yeah.
When I was listening to it on the way here, it was just so like monotone and whatnot. I was like, yeah, as you would get with like reading to yourself 30 times.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, it's going to be golden when we get this guy someone to talk to.
Yeah.
He's going to be on a roll. He's going to be charismatic. He's going to be the star of the show.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I'd be recording and I'd be like, thinking to myself, sweet, do more with your voice. And in my head, I'm like, yeah. And then I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, and that dinosaur looked like a penis too. And someone would fuck it probably, lol. Lol. Dinosaurs.
That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was. But, it engaged some people. Unfortunately, now other people have taken that niche who are like funny and good presenters. And it's, it's not the space it was when I was taking advantage of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you'd like gone back to be like, kind of go back to the stomping grounds. Like, get it, dinosaurs.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
What a fucking dog.
That's the sort of joke I would make, damn it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it. I was just like, oh, fuck, I've struck gold here. Yeah, but then like I've gone into like the, I don't know, forums, is that a relevant thing? Hit up the Reddit, the Dinosaur NZ Reddit, and they're like, what's a good podcast nowadays?
And they'd be like, not that fucking Stefan guy. Fuck that guy. He's banned from all the forums.
There was a big enough community for them to start disliking you.
Yeah. I did like when I first started, I posted under not my name an episode onto like the Dinosaur Reddit, like the main one, and then like the podcast Reddit and stuff, because you're not supposed to advertise your own stuff. But if you pretend to be someone else saying, I really like this guy's stuff.
Love this guy.
And you definitely can't tell. And they were like, it was like, yeah, that's something you've made. And I was like, yes.
Because I mean, even this, like, I was nervous to put my name on it, even though I already have, so too late now.
Yeah.
Simply for like jobs,
Yep.
as if I ever wanted a real job. I don't know what a real job. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, no.
And just with like the engineering professionalism of it all, it's like, if I ever have to be an engineer, let's hope they don't Google my name too hard.
Well, I mean, I keep getting jobs after I've been on that podcast.
Yeah.
And I've been on much worse podcasts that I think are slightly harder to find if you put my name on.
Oh, real? So you've been on the more than just the other two that I found?
Which ones did you find?
I found you pretending to get hit by a car.
Fuck, that doesn't narrow it down.
Well, it was, the whole time was just you guys pretending to do stuff. It's like, oh my god, it was just radio acting the whole time. And there was another one, and it was like randomly generated some words, and you tried to come up with a game.
Oh yeah, 1 letter better. That would have been that one.
Yeah, you and some
I don't remember the other one, but I was on.
It was like two English guys.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, and it was something about childhoods being ruined.
Yeah. I remember that one. No, I do. I remember it was.
And so was there more than that?
Owen, I do remember that one. Don't worry. Owen's not watching. Don't worry.
I know he's not. No one's watching. No one sees it. The first one I put out got like 60 views. I was like, what?
That's good.
That's mental.
That's really good for a first
crazy.
episode.
The second one, 10. Not even.
No, that for a second episode, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, most people's first episode, I know people who have been making a podcast like 2 or 3 years, and they're putting up like, I got 100 listens on this episode now, and I'm like,
I would be over the moon with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bloody oath. Yeah, because I mean, even when people ask me like at a show, like, oh, what do you like? Do you want an introduction of whatever? It's like my name, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, cool. Or if someone, because even like CJ was the best person. He was like, what do you want me to say? I was like, just my name, bro. And he's like, it's mentioned. It doesn't mean anything. It's not like anyone's gonna go Flynn Beetham. Like you could call me fucking anything. One show I was bombing so bad, I said halfway through the show, this is going so bad. I'm not telling you my name again.
Yeah.
So hopefully you forget this.
Yeah, no, that's a classic classic comedy move. It's like, you've already forgotten who I am. This set's going badly. I'll see you later.
Literally, exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really is a stellar job.
I did have one show, because there was a brief period where I'd started doing comedy and I was still doing the podcast. And I went to the show and the stranger was like, "Hey, I love your podcast," as on stage. And I was like, how do you know it? Why do you know what my podcast is and recognize me from it?
Deer in headlights.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, actually, I know you, mate." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank God." People shouldn't be randomly stumbling upon that. That should be something you have to look for to find. That's not
Yeah, that's a specific type that isn't calling out in public.
Yeah.
These aren't people that are seeking attention.
Yeah.
Or that could handle it. That's a ball of a time. Yeah, because moving from the South Island up to the Big Smoke at Hamilton, pretty big. I mean, I don't even know.
I mean, yeah. So like, I started in Invercargill, which is about 60,000 people.
Doing shows actually in Invercargill.
Oh no. If we're talking comedy, I started actually in Dunedin doing comedy.
Yep.
Which was great because there was only probably at that point about 8 of us doing comedy in Dunedin.
Yep.
But we managed to convince a bunch of venues to do like weekly or fortnightly shows. So there was like 3. We could all do like 2 or 3 shows a week for the most part. Sick. So we just got stage time, and it didn't make me any better, but it could have. So that would have been good. It made me more confident. It made me appear like I knew what I was doing on stage, even though I couldn't make them laugh. We had this there was also we also like burned a few venues, not literally as far as the police are aware, but like there was this one bar, and I won't name it because it's still around, but at the time no longer. It was owned by this, can't remember if I think he was European in some way, and it turns out he was like super racist. Like he ended up moving to South Africa after New Zealand because he was like, no, it's not racist enough here.
Legend.
But he was like, oh, I want to do, I love stand-up comedy. It's so awesome to see stand-up comedy. And we're like, cool, can we do a show? He's like, every week. I want to see you every week. And we're like, that's a mistake. And he's like, no, I love it. It'll be great. So we did the first week. Great. He loved it.
Because was there an audience coming or no?
I'll put it this way.
I'll take that as a no.
Our shows at Navarra Lounge, much higher populated on average than our shows in...
Only since Shay started doing like the good posters and stuff is that the case.
Okay, well, it's good to know.
There's been some grim ones.
So there's a bar, the bar that we did comedy in the most in Dunedin is called Inch Bar.
Yeah.
And it is legitimately...
And that still goes hard.
Yeah, but it's smaller than this room. Like
really?
It's probably not, or maybe a little bit bigger.
Because I've seen photos of it.
Oh yeah.
And it does look really cool.
Yeah, it is a great venue, and it's very easy to sell out because you can only fit 12, 13 people, and there's no green room.
Have you ever been to Red Bar?
No.
It's also very tiny. It's very skinny, very long.
Yeah.
So you're standing on the stage in the middle of the room, and it goes this way and not very far that way, and so it's just odd because you're presenting to people all the way over there, and people all the way over there,
and then no one to
and then there's 2 guys right there.
Yeah. No, okay, yeah, that sounds like the worst possible layout for a comedy venue.
Still goes hard, but yeah it is odd.
Yeah, but we at this first week at this bar with the guy who really loves stand-up comedy, great, he loved it. Second week he seemed less keen on us. Third week he comes up and he's like, hey, I don't want to be rude, but when are you guys going to tell different jokes? And we were like, bro, I don't know how to tell you. We are local learning comedians. We're trying to figure out if these jokes work, and we can't do that the first time. We've got to tell them at least 3 times. And let's be honest, we're not writing new material right away anyway. We're just getting the stage time in. They're like, okay, I don't think you guys can do shows here anymore. And we were like, that is absolutely fair. And he let us come back about 6 months later for like less frequent shows.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favourite shows to do because you would usually get about 5-10 people show up.
Stellar.
And then there would be like the 6 normal middle-aged alcoholics in the back of the bar who would heckle us, and like all you had to say was, why are you here on a Wednesday night every Wednesday? And they'd just break down. Awesome. And it just every week it would be this, every fortnight or month, whatever it ended up being, they'd just be like, oh, you guys suck. And then it'd be like, at least we're not here every Wednesday just drinking. We're drinking and embarrassing ourselves in public on stage as opposed to just around a table.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
It never was like, hey, old guy, I'm trying to embarrass myself so hard that I only need the bottle. Yeah. I'm trying to be like you so hard, except I don't have the balls to drink that much piss yet.
One of them did, do you know who I am, me? And I was like,
What, notorious pisshead?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, no, I don't. Tell me who I am. Should I know you? He's like, oh, I was a bass player in a band in the 80s. I was like, it's Dunedin. Everyone in Dunedin was in a band in the 80s, bro. That means absolutely nothing. You know how many like platinum selling records came from Dunedin? None, but maybe some silver. Like, that's pretty huge.
I never knew how big it was until I went there the one time.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking actual city.
It is 120,000 people. It's the second biggest in the South Island. But what confuses a lot of people is like, there are people who go to uni there for 3 years.
Yeah.
And they only are in the centre city.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, this is a pretty decently sized city. And they never go south into the south of the train tracks. And like 2/3 of the city is south of the train tracks.
Bro.
Yeah, so you get like in this little pocket of students and businesses. And then you cross the train track and you're like, oh shit, there's like actual houses and humans who live here. Like,
yeah, subdivisions. Like you're looking on a map, it's like, oh my god, that's a lot. Even around here, I'm like, why the fuck are there so many houses?
I know. Can't these people just live in trees like normal people?
Yo, and then, but I mean, the only like thing worth actually going to see down there, like Catlin's average, Westport, meh. Yeah. Baldwin Street, fucking hell, pretty impressive.
You can't deny that is a very steep street.
Yeah.
And as much as, was it Wales? I think Wales was like,
oh yeah, trying to.
The steepest street in the world. And it's like, yeah, if you count a driveway, that's only steep for like 50 centimeters.
In that case, every freaking business driveway in Palmerston North is the steepest one in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then it's, it's a claim to fame. It's better than Invercargill's, which was like, we had a fast bike almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's something. Like,
no, I mean the street was sick. We drove up it on our motorbikes in the rain, so like half the time I'm thinking, fuck I'm about to slip out. I'm freaking, this is so fucking straight up. And then there's all these Chinese people like recording us and stuff on the side of the road, and we get to the top, decide to cut back down, and Dad decided to give like one of the Asian guys a bit of a rev, except he thought he was in neutral, but he was and so he was in second, and all of a sudden he was going like 300 k's an hour down the steepest hill he's ever fucking seen in the rain, and it's like
that's why that street kills people.
Bro, hey, I don't know how there's more crash wheelie bins at the bottom.
Yeah, well, after the first death, they really put a dampener on that.
Oh, stink. Because even just living at the top of that street, that's clearly just flats.
Yeah.
And someone actually has to live up there. What a pain in the ass of a place.
It is, but at least it doesn't flood. Unlike South Dunedin, take that, South Dunedin residents.
Did you ever burn a couch?
Not in Dunedin. So by the time I got to Dunedin, I properly lived in Dunedin. I was like 25. So I was a bit older than everyone else. My partner was studying, I was working, so I wasn't really mingling with couch burners. And that was the same time that they really cracked down on the couch burning.
Oh, like, boring.
Yeah, it used to be like, even the year before, it was like, oh yeah, couch burnings every week. And then when I got up there, they're like, hey, we're going to start arresting people for this. And it was like, oh, okay. We're gonna cut that down. It's
real funny. It's because obviously internet are plenty. There's some like people on Instagram and TikTok who do flat tours.
Yep.
And they're fucking feral.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
This one group had a like little checklist. They're like, how tidy is it? How like is it warm? Like yada yada yada. How civilized are the people that live in it? And then they've got a like fifth category. It's like random drawer, where they're like, do you consent to this guy to go look at any drawer in this house and find some good shit? And they're like, yep, go ham. And he never really what you want to find. You expect him to come out with like, here's 6 dildos, but it's usually
Dunedin students can't afford a dildo.
Literally. But then he's like, oh, you guys actually have Marmite. That's gangster.
None of this fucking knockoff Volomite or anything.
Well, my friends that live down there, they were telling us how they have a piss up or whatever, and their cupboards will just get ransacked.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was living off noodles one day, and then cucumber the next day, and a bag of lollies the next. And then she's like, oh my god, my boyfriend just bought all these flowers. And it's like, would you not prefer food?
Yeah, like...
You should start selling this flowers $5 each. You need money, bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Flowers or mixed veggies, maybe. Like,
literally.
Scurvy off for just a little bit. Like,
hard. It's like, oh my...
There was the cucumber, sorry. Scurvy.
Yeah.
They say from the scurvy.
Flower. Oh my god, a whole head of broccoli.
Just a bit. Just trade the flowers for flour, make yourself some pancakes.
Literally, just anything. But no, she was not apt for that. She's like, oh my God, my flowers? No, what are you talking about? I don't need food. And they're always telling us, nah, they don't have eating disorders. No one can afford enough food.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great way to justify an eating disorder.
Literally, yeah. She's like, hey, don't be bulimic. You need those calories.
Yeah. Well, no, the good thing is if you throw it up, you can just eat it again afterwards.
Well, exactly.
Retain the calories.
Well, if anything, it's like don't waste the calories throwing it up. It's like retain it. You're not gonna.
Oh no, you're just trying to get your diaphragm stronger, so you're better on stage, a better performer, stronger voice. That's what it is.
It's a real projecting fucking from the gut.
Yeah, if you ever go to like a real high quality musical speech tutor, they're always like, make sure you throw up all the time. That is the best way to make sure that you
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. Don't worry about like the burn from the stomach acid. That it will give you cancer eventually, but you know, and it's not the right part of the diaphragm to affect your voice. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You really just want to make sure.
Because have you even done like any like coaching stuff with the podcast or comedy shit?
No, I have as part of my particular brand of ADHD, I get really, really into something.
That's what I think, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not ADHD, but like...
You are. I've met you 3 times, maybe 4, like spoken to you twice.
I'm putting it on.
ADHD. You absolutely do.
What's it called? No, but like, because there's the comedy school right in Auckland, and I swear every cunt I talk to that's done that, half of them...
They never do it again.
Well, no, they're just not that good. I thought, like, if you're paying $400, you want to actually come out of it being half decent.
Oh, that's not how it works, though. I mean,
yeah,
you get the odd person like you have a lot of natural talent. Like you're.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like I'm interested enough that I'm going to put in the effort to like, hey, how do I actually do this well?
Yeah.
And I feel like I've saved my $400 and done that instead.
Yeah. I mean, that course is great, and it teaches you some really.
Have you done it?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
I do know multiple people who have, and they've gone on to do one show, and invariably they don't really carry on after that because if you're, and this isn't everyone, but often it's an experience more than actually getting ready to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Because the only way to really become a comedian is
do it.
Go out there, go on stage, and make a fucking ass of yourself until you can figure out how not to do that.
I had some shit last week. We're still in the...
Yeah, they can't all be winners, and that is important. Like, the thing is, like, I was a musician for many, many years, and you can go into your room and you can practice by yourself and get really good without ever seeing anyone.
Yeah.
You can write some music without anyone teaching you how to do it, and after you do it enough, you're going to make something that's going to be extremely interesting to someone. Someone will like it.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy, you just write jokes to yourself and you tell them in front of a mirror for 10 years. You walk out on stage, you're not going to be any better than someone who's just gone up there drunkenly fucking, I could probably tell some jokes. Have you seen people who look different to me?
That's such a good fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I can't think of words right now.
Yeah, no, don't worry, they're just made up anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, it is all about that, and like, I was very lucky that I wasn't younger when I started doing comedy. I have a very dark sense of humour naturally, but I don't put it out there.
Well, that's what you figure out pretty fast. It's like, I love these jokes. These jokes are class. But then you go say them, it's like, not once has punching down worked.
No, absolutely. And the thing is, you see really good comedians who do it, and okay, yeah, there's an 80% chance that they actually are just terrible people. But you do get the odd one who it's like, actually, no, they do seem to be a good person. They've just learned how to read the room.
Yeah, systematic. Got a thing behind their story.
Absolutely.
Bro, the words are not coming to me.
And they learn to read whether the audience will take it. So like if you get one of a proper really good dark comedian who's been doing it for a very long time, they're not always going to tell their darker jokes because they're going to see the comment that they're like, okay, crowd's backing off.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there. I'm going to use some lighter material. And they won't do that in like a special because in a special they know they can go hard and the people who are going to watch it.
Yeah, are their audience. They're coming to the show. Yeah, like I mean, I guess Jimmy Carr's a perfect example of like he will go as hard in the pain as anybody, but then he's also got the slapstick ones, which will just anyone will like.
Definitely.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah, no, and the amount of first time open mic comedians, because I haven't seen a lot of first timers here. Like no one's been doing it for a huge length of time for the most part. We don't have, like, in Dunedin, we'd have, like, a first-timer, like, every week because it was so many students who were out there trying new things. So we'd always have, and the amount of them who would just walk out there and they'd just be like, ha ha ha, ha ha, beating woman. And then like the crowd would be like, and they would just be like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Like, I thought the things I say to my friends, I'm being ironic and makes them laugh.
Yeah.
These people now genuinely think I find it funny to beat women.
No, there was one guy like that. It's one example, and oh my god, every single. I mean, realistically, they were good jokes, but yeah, every single one of them racist and bagging chicks, so hard. And he only did it once, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
But fuck, the fact that he wrote the jokes, that was impressive in itself. But they were all terrible.
And you've got to be. The other thing is you've got to be really careful because, so I told no one about my first. Well, I told people about my first comedy show. Said don't go.
Yeah.
It's going to be my first time. It's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
It went quite well because they told everyone it was my first time and I managed not to offend anyone. So sweet, pity laughs. I couldn't tell the difference in that point.
Literally,
Yeah.
Think, fuck, I was the best on that night. How the fuck?
And then and then the second time I'd come, I was like, sweet, I did really well last time. I'm going to bring everyone. And I was like, it was fine. It was okay for a second bit of comedy. But like the MC, who I won't name because they still do comedy, not New Zealand anymore, thankfully, managed to literally offend every person in the room.
Stellar job. Guy in Hamilton did the exact same.
Yeah.
But also, not in the country anymore.
Quite possibly the same guy. This guy's banned from a lot of places around New Zealand now. But yeah, and a lot of those people were just like, I'm never going back to stand-up comedy again. They've cut income for every comedian who goes through Dunedin or goes to any town.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no, I went to that one place, and like some of them were okay, some of them were great, but there was that one guy who I never want to see anything like that again.
Open mics, the people that go to those are the real heroes. Every single one of them deserves a medal.
Absolutely.
Holy shit! And the fact that sometimes people pay to go to those, scammed, fully scammed. The ethics on that they're twisty-turvy. Holy shit.
Yeah, true open mics. Like I thankfully have never been to a true open mic where it's like, okay, you can get on stage and give it a go if you like. It's always been like
half organised.
Yeah, just like, can I go up on stage on Tuesday? All right, that's fine. Are you going to offend everyone? Yep. All right. Well, we'll make sure we've got someone good after you to bring the audience back up.
Yeah.
But the amount of like and stuff like that. It just.
The one time I ever just went to a show, because I knew it was going to be like a piss take open mic to ask to get on, I was in Queens, Gold Coast, and I wanted to do a show in Australia. I was like, fuck it, international. And I tried applying through Facebook and stuff, but no one really gave a shit, which understandable. I wouldn't fucking care if I saw some random name. But then I saw one, and I was like, I told my brother and my uncle, "Oi, counts, let's go." And then there's no one in the bar yet. And I'm saying there's clearly comedians over there, and then there's people over here. We'll just watch, see what happens. And they're just sitting there going why did we not go to there's actual comedy clubs here? Why did we not go to a good show? It's because I can't just ask them if I can have a go. And then the show was going mean as fat crowd ended up showing up, which we all know miraculous.
Yep.
And then I just went and talked to the MC at halftime. I was like, gee, real good, fucking class, love you. Can I get 2 minutes? He's like, are you funny? I was like, if it means anything to you, I got into the Raw semis once. And he's like, all right, sweet. And so I got 2 minutes, fucking did my shit, pish posh, let me go, international.
There you go. That's the way I see it. I'm purely a New Zealand-based. I guess I've played overseas, if you count the Strait as a C. I've played in both islands now, but
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, well there you go. Well, make sure you do. There's some really great there's some great clouds in the South Island and some great crowds too.
Because have you done what's it called, Good Times or whatever?
Yeah, I've done Good Times a lot. Well, not a huge amount because it was opening as I stopped doing it. So I did a couple of shows there. The 3 or 4 shows I did while I was living in Greymouth were all at Good Times. But most of my Christchurch shows I did just before Good Times opened. But it is a great venue. And I heartily encourage anyone watching this, if you're in Christchurch, go to Good Times and support them because we've got to support local comedy. It's very hard to keep a comedy bar open in New Zealand, as Hamilton knows very well.
It's so funny when you talk to the camera like that, as if it isn't
other comedians watching this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. and 3 of them are going to be me under a VPN, just like getting views up with mine.
Bloody oh! Fucking pop off.
It's not bots if it's you doing it.
Yeah. That's what, like, I was listening to Jim Jeffries on a podcast. He's like, yeah, every time I leave an Airbnb, quickly put my special on as I walk out the door.
And the other thing is, you can listen to, or it used to be, you could watch a YouTube video up to 300 times and it would still count as views. After 300, it stops. If you're doing it on repeat, it probably doesn't let you do that anymore. But, you know, there's YouTube videos I've watched it like 15, 20 times.
Because even on Instagram, after seeing like the analytics of, they actually pay attention of what points people like swipe out of the video. Yeah. Now that I know that's a thing, if it's like someone I know's reel comes up, like Sandra or Callum or whatever, I'll be taking a shot. I'll just let it play 3 times. It's like bottom end, not skipping.
3 dots, interested, game changer. That really bumps people, not just for you, but for other people as well.
Oh, good to know.
Because if you're going out of your way to say, yes, I want to see this, then they assume
other people
are going to see that.
Oh, good shit.
And if you don't like someone, 3 dots, not interested, boom, killer.
Let's go. That just sounds fun. Like now I've just got this ego power trip and like you're getting fucked.
I know you. You cut me off in traffic. I'm going to fucking destroy any chance you have of an entertainment career. You accidentally bump me at a show. Fucking that's it.
Go on. You did better than me one time. Fuck off. That's time. I'm excited now to go back on Instagram again.
Yeah. But yeah, it's little stuff like that, and like doing stuff like the bit where you put like a clip of the best part of the episode right at the start.
Yeah.
Because the bit that's going to keep people engaged for like that first 15 seconds or whatever it is that it needs to be for this thing to go. Okay, people haven't just immediately skipped this.
Yep.
And that makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Because even with like the reels I've been making with it. I mean, I haven't put anything on TikTok yet, so that's completely unknown. Even though I know for a fact it's going to do more than nothing.
Yeah.
Simply because I don't have TikTok because I'm a pee whore.
Yeah. You are from. Yeah, I know where you're from, so that makes sense.
Yeah, pee over the fucking internet and caffeine. My God. But yeah, and so it's just interesting with the reels. It's like this one, or even just like, how do I make a good one? Is this good? Like, there's good bits at the end, but I need people to get to the end type of shit. And I mean, the fact that you get so many analytics about it, it's kind of like now it's gamified.
Absolutely.
And it's like, fuck, okay, let's go. Fuck, get specky with it.
Wait till you start breaking down about what time of day you've released it and how much that affects the metrics. And when I was doing podcasting, the only thing I can think to call it is the meta then, was like you released it and you made sure it was available at a new episode should be released so that it was there for Americans to drive to work and listen to. And that would, because it was primarily audio only at that point, so people would download it and they'd listen to their own way to work.
Yeah.
If you did it partway through the day, they might have other podcasts that have come up by the time to go to the work. They might not listen to yours because it's not at the top of their list. So it's just like even little things like that. If you're doing live streaming, find out when like there's a lull in live streaming in an area and stream then. If you stream at the same time as everyone else, way harder to get attention. If you stream when there's no one else streaming, you'll get more attention.
Gotcha. Yeah, because what's called, I was thinking, because I hate it when a podcast comes out, like, there's these, like, you know the BLT podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that one. But they're the most slack cunts on releasing on time. Yeah. Oh, we do it on Wednesdays. Yeah, at fucking midnight. Or the next week. Yeah. So, I mean, I just know for a fact, it's like, okay, I'd never want to do that. And it's also like, even the American ones, it's like, oh, okay, they say whatever, they come out on Wednesday, or like, even if it comes out in the afternoon, it's kind of like annoying. So it's obviously like, if I'm going to release it, you want it to be first thing in the morning, as soon as possible.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Kind of thing. But that's here.
Yeah.
But there's only 4 million people that live here.
Exactly. And of them, 30 listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And 29 of them are going to refuse to listen to any podcast except for the one they're already listening to.
Oh, exactly. I wouldn't listen to it. Fuck it. They're pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a really, really hard market.
I like Josiah Day and Chris, whatever his name is, one in Auckland. Do you know that one?
I didn't know Josiah was doing one.
Yeah.
He's a really, really cool guy.
So have you seen it or no?
No.
Okay, it's called taking the piss, and I mean that's just them talking to Auckland comedians, and that's a ball of a time, like
Absolutely.
prime time.
Exercise in it, that would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's, I mean, I watched that one enough. So I was like, fuck, as long as there's like 3 other cunts like me, we're on the job.
Done. Problem.
Yeah.
Solved.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm not good. No one knows who we are. No one's going to watch them, but I'm going to get better at this eventually.
Exactly. That's the thing. And as soon as like you start to get a higher profile, you fucking delete all of these. You start a new one.
Yeah. Got to leave something though to cancel me, so then I can really get the big bump.
Yeah, you don't like get any of them. You wait till your numbers are weighing, then you re-release them quietly to someone who doesn't like you, and then you're like, cool. This is how you're going to get me. This is how I'm going to do my big right wing spin.
Yeah.
And then bam, that's it. I'm now making.
Yeah. I'm now Shane Gillis. Thanks heaps for that.
Was it Saudi Arabia? UAE?
Oh yeah, 1.6 mil. Yeah, fucking oath. Let's go. That's all those clips. On Reddit, I don't go on there much, but I went on there the other day, and the first thing that came up was a rap some guys did bagging all the guys that did the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, and it was fucking good. It was hilarious. It was class. I really wish I could find it again, because fuck, it was funny.
When you said they were doing a rap to bag them, I was like, that sounds like the most embarrassing possible way to try and rip into someone who's just made millions of dollars by selling out their morals. Like, it's just like,
clearly.
Oh, I'm rapping at you. And I'm like, okay, I just got $1.6 million, so that's fine.
100%.
I have no soul anymore, but...
I mean, I'd take that bag. What the fuck am I talking about? I can't wait to sell out. Let's go.
Me, as I am now, couldn't turn down $1.6 million.
No, what are you talking about?
But if I was a world-famous comedian who'd been, like, on Star Wars, for example...
Yeah.
I think who had made a big amount of new listeners or new fans over the last few years.
Someone that already has $1 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And someone who's, like, made a big deal about being principled for the last couple of years while his mates were being cancelled. You'd think, like, maybe you wouldn't take that money. But
yeah, I haven't done a lot of research, but Bill Burr is taking the most flack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just because he's ginger and thus deserves it, but it is actually that.
So fun being Ranger. Oh my god. The fact that that's the last race you can take the piss out of.
Yeah. And as you should be able to. You know, speaking straight to the camera again, whichever one you're going to have to cut between each. Time I steer directly at one, you're going to have to cut between them.
Fucking pissed.
But anyway, make sure gingers know that we're not worth it.